Hey everybody, Gavin Day here, ready to get going on the two men's League One Ontario, pardon me, getting my stuff confused here, Premier League, one volleyball, ready to go in Toronto tonight. Opening things off for Soul Machine, taking on the Madawaska Madness. For those of you who are new to this league, games are to 15, unlike 25 in normal volleyball. No matter what, there are 3 sets. And once the first team reaches 14 in any given set, suddenly switch back to the old way of scoring, and that is side-out scoring. These two teams met on June 13th at Kerr Hall at Ryerson. Madawaska took every single set, 15-12, 15-10, and 15-12. Obviously the last game of the regular season as we lead into the playoffs coming up next week. Madawaska leads the standings right now, 27 points. Soul Machine with 20. So Soul Machine hoping to take that top seed. They're going to need to win this one tonight. It's Louis-Pierre Mainville getting things going for the Madness, the veteran Canadian international, 8 years on the national team, former captain, a world of experience. Spin serve to get things off. Gavin Taylor chasing that down, and already a free ball. The set is to Joran Zeman. First point of the match goes to the Madness. So there's Mainville, Eric Matson, Joran Zeman, Joel Howes. Out there, I'll get the rest of the lineup in a minute. Another spin serve catches a piece of the tape. This time on the attack, Duncan Thibault gets the first point for Soul Machine. Joel Howes, Chris Tao, and Jordan Figuera. I just mentioned Duncan Thibault, and that one is there are 2 of them. This is Gavin Taylor back to serve. Josh Collins is there. Nicolette Dimitrievich, the setter, takes something off that one. Fools him a little bit. Causes a free ball. Now chance in transition. Soul Machine. Duncan Thibault cross court. Alex Duncan Thibault bringing the thunder on that one. Felipe Humana Paredes also in there. His sister doing quite well over at the Beach Volleyball World Championships in Hamburg, Germany. Blaise Wasser is the libero for Soul Machine, by the way. And Taylor, that time he brings a little more to it. The quick set. And down it goes. That's Howes. Keep up on the scoring there. 2-2. And it's just going to be Howes himself back to serve. Fleming, Knights player. Team MVP 2018 and 19. Kind of slaps that one. Handcuffs Collins for an ace. And just a reminder, the way this goes, first set is worth 1 point, second set 2, third set 3. So as that set serve goes long and we're tied once again, Soul Machine really need to take this one. Pardon me, it's a 7-point lead for Madawaska in the standings, so that means they're going to finish first overall. It really is a battle to set things up. It'll be first and fourth in the playoffs next week. Attempted setter dump, almost fooled them from Figuera. Into the block, out of bounds. Pardon me, it is in. Uchenna Ofoa, big former Ryerson player, getting that one. Blaise Wasser went to Windsor, played for Team Ontario, stands at even 6 feet tall, goes cross court. Figuera, the quick set. Thought it might have been going out. And the return, no matter, they'll get the point. Figuera off the block and out of bounds. And it's going to be Figuera, the setter, to serve. Powerful spin serve, Taylor to it. Quick set, Afoa just enough to sneak it in behind the block and down to the floor. We saw the ladies' matches earlier. Chris McKee is done for the night. One volleyball Premier League men's games now going. The set to that far side, quickly hammered down by Chris Tao. A couple of changes coming in. Greg Ivan into the game and Reed May. John May not in town this evening. The coach for the Soul Machine, he's in Edmonton getting something set up, the beach volleyball world tour event that's happening there. We saw earlier tonight his wife Christina Valius coaching the Soul Machine women's team to victory. 6-5 for the men. It's Josh Collins back to serve this one. University of Indiana, Purdue of Fort Wayne player. Mayville on the attack. Chance in transition. May. The set goes to Taylor into the block and in. And we are tied at 6. No separating these two teams early. It's Matson to serve. Taylor has to sort of check his run, but goes into the block nicely and out of bounds. And that's Soul Machine retaking the lead.
Soul Machine substitution. Coming in is number 11,
Matt McGurr in to serve. Taking the place of Afoa. McGurr listed as a libero, but obviously not playing that today. Wasser fills that role, but McGurr, I know he can bring the serve sometimes. Hits that one a little too flat, though. Got no spin on it. We'll check back out with Afoa coming back in. And it's Zeman to serve. Collins, the pass. The sets to Taylor. Off the block and out of bounds. Back and forth we go. Neither side really able to get much momentum going. And it's Nikola Dimitrievich back in to serve. Soul Machine, just the one ace so far, and that was to the Madness. Dimitrievich, Mayville, Figuera, the set to the back row. Well out. No touch. It's a mocking call for replay on the Madness bench. Of course, there is no replay here. I think they wanted a block touch, not given. Dimitrievich, flat serve. Figuera, back set. Zeman, back row. Gets the point right back. 9-8 for Soul Machine, and it is Mayville. He can serve him. Keep an eye on. We'll see what he does. A career that's taken him around the globe for club and country. Wasser gets to it right at the net. And I'll count that. And it is a back row violation. Right up there at the net. You can't be a back row player and get your hands above the net when you make a play when you're in the front row. So the pass was right at the tape and the hands went up there. Mayville comes again, this time just out of bounds. Taylor back. Played in Denmark, another overpass right at the net. Collins hammered down. All starts with the serve, causes the chaos. It's over the net. Collins is there to just hammer it right down. And it's a timeout for the Madness, 11-9 for Soul Machine. Coming out of the timeout, Gavin Taylor still back there. Looks like he's sporting a head wound with that tape, but I think it's all just for fashion. Or to keep the sweat out of his eyes. I can relate to that. And an ace from Taylor. And it is 12. I was down there on the court a little bit. Doesn't take much for me to get sweating, and so I could certainly see myself wrapping something like that around my head. But Taylor putting together a fine service game here. Takes something off that one. Figuera sets. Cross court. Tau. No mistake that time. Each side has an ace. Howes is going to serve this one in. Right at the net. One-handed set. Humana Paredes into the block. Tau was there on the block. Sort of out of system with the pass right at the net. Milutinovic can only one-handed set it. This one much better. To Collins. Into the block and in. Figuera. The setter gets up on that one to block Collins, and we are tied. And it's timeout Soul Machine. Breathless stuff so far.
And we'd also like to take time to thank our volunteers, the three gentlemen on the sidelines that are making sure all night that everyone gets to serve at the right times. Let's hear it for our ball men. They also have you home behind at the school desk, making sure everyone's good. Let's hear it for you home Graham. And also we have our interns, Henrietta and David, making sure everyone's smoothly up top and on social media. Let's hear it.
This time, though, into the net. So the timeout works to perfection. Wasser back to serve. Just one service error so far from Soul Machine, and it all starts with getting those serves in. And I speak too soon as he puts it long, so that's their second service error of the set here. And it's Figuera back to serve. He got his first one in. Spin serve, Collins there. Dimitrievich goes to the near side, into the block, and in. Alex Duncan Tebow let it go. Looked up to the heavens. Knew he'd made a mistake. Now that sets up side out scoring. Set point for the Madawaska Madness here in the first set. Figuera goes hard, and an ace to clinch it. And just like that, Madawaska Madness take the first set, 15-13. They will switch ends, and we'll be back for the second set. Taking a look at that first set scoring. The 15 from Madawaska. They got 2 aces, 4 came on the block, 8 kills, and 4 came on Soul Machine errors. Soul Machine's 13, 6 of them came from Madawaska errors, 3 kills, 1 block, and 1 ace. Pretty even distributing on how they went on their attack. They went to the left. Soul Machine go to the left side 44% of the time. Right side 33, and down the middle 22.
The Soul Machine will be playing against the Houston Panthers. And on Thursday, at York, Galaxy will take on the Madawaska.
And here we are out for the second set. Aces in the first set. Figuera got 1 and Joel House got 1 for Madawaska. And just the 1 going to Gavin Taylor for Soul Machine. It's going to be Nikola Dimitrievich, the setter, back to serve. Wasser in for Humana Paradis. Catches a piece of the tape. Figuera sets to Mayville. Goes off the block. Nice transition chance here. Lafoa. Reflex dig by Eric Matson. Soul Machine get the first point of the second set. Set to the back row. Almost found the floor. Wasser's there this time to Taylor. Cross court, catches a piece of the hands, but it's in bounds, and it's a second point, Soul Machine. Still Dimitrievich. Into Zeman, little miscommunication there. Matson let it go, but Zeman was right behind him. And it's an ace for Dimitrievich. Mayville. Figuera back to Mayville into the block and out of bounds, and the Madness are on the board. Will be Mayville himself back to serve. Mentioned Mayville's time with the national team. Schwan Vernon Evans, the big star of the Canadian men's program. He was in the house earlier tonight. Dimitrievich, quick set, a full across court. Flag goes up, out of bounds. Vernon Evans picked up a bit of an injury a couple weeks ago in Nations League play. I chatted with him briefly. He says he'll be good to go when Canada goes into Olympic qualifying. That comes up at the beginning of next month. They'll be in China, against China, Argentina, and Finland. Win the group, and they go to Tokyo. Set to Taylor, off the hands, transition chance now. Quick set, Peckham. Taylor just tips it over. That's a lift for sure. You could tell it. Jack Peckham knew it too. It came down almost to his chest before he could put it back up. 4-2 Soul Machine on that lift. And it's Taylor. Put up an ace in the first set. Let's see what he can do here. Floats this one. Pass very close to the net. Zeman on the attack. Cross court. In, and point for the Madness. Appeals from the Soul Machine bench. That tucked inside the line, and textbook finishing there. Things are a little bit squeaky out there, so they're going to come and mop up a little bit of the wetness. mentioned that Olympic qualifying. Weekend of the 10th of August, I believe. Canada, the highest seeded team in that event, just win their group and they go to the Olympics. They don't, and there'll be a second chance next year as Collins into the block and out of bounds, and the Soul Machine get the point rather, and the serve. Foa played in Germany last year. He's also played in Finland out of Ryerson. Serve piece of the tape, almost an ace, but it is a free ball. Dimitrijevic to the back row, Gavin Taylor. Manville can just throw his hands up. At 6-3, Soul Machine. Foa back to serve, sporting the mouth guard there. Takes a little something off that one. The set to the back row, down the pipe. And it gets to the floor, Manville. And McGurr is in for Foa, this time not serving. Figueroa, he had an ace in the first set. We'll see what he does here. Nice powerful spin serve from him. And it's another ace. Just as he did in the first set. Gets one here, and it's a 1-point game. Still 6-5 for Soul Machine, but Figueroa bringing it from the service line tonight. Let's see what he has this time. Takes a little something off that one. Duncan Tebow, great reflex. Free ball though, Soul Machine again. Dimitrijevic, Duncan Tebow again, this time, no mistake. Alex Duncan Tebow getting that second opportunity, not going to miss that one. Duncan Tebow, another one who's got some pro experience, Germany and Italy. Puts a serve long though. Couple changes. Reed back in, Greg Ivan back in. Dimitrijevic and Alex Duncan Tebow taking a seat, and it's Joran Zeman back to serve. Collins on the overbump, Mayville there. And that's what happens when you leave it right up there for Louis-Pierre Mayville. Whole new game now, 7-all. Zeman, top 10 in this league in aces, blocks, and points last year. Out of Queens. May sets to Ivan. Can't really get much on that this time. And to return the favor, bump set. A little out of system here. Zeman, Figueroa, Mayville to the floor. Now it's 8-7 for Madawaska. They've rebounded here. I believe this is their first lead of the second set. They took the first one at 15-13. Zeman, Collins is there. Sets to Ivan, into the block, out of bounds. Soul Machine get the point back. And it's Collins to serve. Can bring it too. As I say it, it's an ace. And Soul Machine retake the lead. And that is their second ace of this second set as Collins hammers that one in for an ace. Can he do it again? This time the set's to Mayville. Cross court, lovely. Finds that opening, goes cross court, and it's 9-9 again. Back and forth we go. Nothing separating these two teams. It's Phil James. His flat serve just wide. So it's 10-9 for Soul Machine. It's Madawaska's first service error of this second set. It's Blaze Wasser, the setter to serve. Figuera over to Mayville. Going to get another one on a free ball, this time to Peckham. Off the hands and out of bounds. And we are tied once again. Joel Hannon into the game. And to Ryerson player, has some beach experience as well. 10-all. Set number 2. These two teams are very evenly matched as a spin serve. Too high and too long. And Soul Machine back up. Dimitrievich back in. Alex Duncan Tebow back in. May and Greg Ivan check back out. Dimitrievich, top 10 in the league in aces last year. Has one today, not that time though. Figuera to the back row. In transition, the sets to Taylor. Reflex action to save that one. Another chance coming. Taylor again. That time finds the opening. Now there is that 2-point cushion for Soul Machine. Just need to see this one out. Dimitrievich. Goes cross court and another ace for Dimitrievich. That is number 2 on the night for him, and 13-10. Madawaska calls a timeout in danger of dropping the second set. Coming out of timeout. Will this stop the momentum of Soul Machine? Dimitrievich has been lethal back there today. We'll see what he brings this time. Goes cross court and wide. Madawaska stops the bleeding. Chance for them to get something going. Someone's not remembering it's their turn to serve. And finally, Louis-Pierre Mayville remembers that it's his turn. Years ago, went to Sherbrooke College. Handled by Wasser. The set, Taylor can tip it. Transition. Cross court now coming back the other way. Afoa puts it down. Enough of the sideline to make it 14-11. Gavin Taylor to take the second set. This would actually give Soul Machine a 2-1 lead on points. And we finish it with an ace. Not this time. The set to Zeman, cross court. Good reflex to keep it going. All kinds of ricochets here now. Figuera to the back row. Down the pipe, but Afoa is there. Huge block, and that's the second set. Soul Machine takes that one, 15-11. All to play for in set number 3 coming up. Taking a look at the numbers. Soul Machine's 15 points, 7 came on the attack, 1 block, 3 aces, and 6 errors by Madawaska. Madawaska's 11 points, 1 was from an ace, 7 kills, and 4 errors. So not that it matters anymore because someone is going to win this game on points. But if someone had taken the first 2 sets and then the opponent won the third set, then the ultimate tiebreaker on who won the match comes down to points. And in this case, Soul Machine, after 2 sets, has an overall aggregate lead 43-37. Beach Hops and the Magnus Spartans both warming up down below. There we go. Madness as Louis-Pierre Mainville. Phil James is there, Joel Zeman, Jack Peckham, Chris Tao, and Jordan Figuera. And the libero, Eric Matson, checking into the game. Reed May's there, Gavin Taylor's there, Blaze Wasser, the libero. Austin Valius into the game. Alex Duncan Tebow and Kirsten Duncan Tebow. And it's going to be Mainville to get things going here in the third set. Wasser handles that well. May, the quick set to Austin Valius. Another shot, this time going to Duncan Tebow. Right out of bounds though, no touch. May and Valius, brothers-in-law. Reed Mays. Pardon me. I'm just going to leave that. And an ace for Mainville. It's Austin Valius' sisters, Christina Valius, and Reed May's father is John May. So there's a familial connection by marriage there. Hopefully they get along on that Soul Machine side. The set to Taylor. And Soul Machine is on the board. And Taylor's turn back to serve after getting the opening point on the match, or of the third set rather. That one sails long. It's Madawaska with an early 3-1 edge. And it's Eric Matson to serve. Another one who's played professionally. Germany, Slovakia, and the Netherlands. You really can travel with this game. Goes cross court. Fellow libero Blaze Wasser gets to it. The set. Alex Duncan Tebow can't finish. Now transition chance into the block. 3 men there. And Tao can't finish that one off. And it's Valius. Mentioned Christina, his sister, brother Lenny, Canadian cross-country multiple-time Olympian, recently retired after this past season. Zeman, great dig. Taylor from the back row can only just give it over as a free ball. The set to Tao. Huge one-on-one block. Alex Duncan Tebow. How do you like that celebration? And it's Valius again. Back to serve with a whole new game. He's played at the U21 Beach World. Duncan Tebow Now on the attack, takes that one. And it is 4-3 for Soul Machine. After being down 3-1, they've rallied with 3 straight points, and Valius to serve. Figuera to the back row. Zeman cross court, sneaks into the corner. Matt McGurr in for Valius. And Figuera. He can bring it. He does again. That time it's handled though. Kirsten Duncan Tebow, the bump set. Back to Duncan Tebow, right into the wall. Tao and James both are there on that. And it's the Madness now back in front. As it has been the entire match, back and forth these two teams go. It's a free ball, not really what she could do there. Humana Paradis. And they win the point. There's someone on the net there. Back to being tied at 5. That's a big serve, isn't it? Still, Figuera can knit to it. Tao on the attack, and it's long. They thought there might have been a touch on the block, not given though. And Soul Machine up in the front, 6-5. So far scoring in this set. Madawaska has an ace. They got a point from the attack, a point at the block, and 2 from opponent errors. So very even scoring. Duncan Tebow, another big serve from him. Set this time to Zeman, not able to finish this one off. So in transition, Kirsten Duncan Tebow checks his run, can't get much on it. Mayville down the pipe. A whole new game, 6-all. Joel Hannon in the serve. Greg Ivan, Nikola Dimitrievich back in on the Soul Machine side. Flat serve, Taylor gets to it. The set. Kirsten Duncan Tebow goes into the block, another crack at it. Here comes Ivan. Swipes the blocker's hands and out of bounds. Smart play from him. It's now back in front, our Soul Machine, Kirsten Duncan Tebow. To York. He goes cross court. To Mayville. Into the block and out. Madness get the point on that one. The defense was there, just couldn't redirect that ball onto the Madness side. Dimitrievich, quick set. Humana Paradis there. Soul Machine back in front. Mentioned Melissa Humana Paradis, her and Sarah Pavin into the quarterfinals of the World Beach Volleyball Championships in Hamburg, Germany. I was actually there for a World Tour event in 2016, a fun venue. The center court, it's a very intimate, actually, tennis stadium. The set goes back to Madawaska and Zeman. Not able to get the ace, but it's a free ball. The set to the back row. Zeman finishes it off. Zeman again, very nearly brought an ace. But he was able to finish it off with the back row attack. That one catches a piece of the tape. The bump set. Gavin Taylor Not much on that one, but it's effective. Seeing eye spike on that one. Reed May. Alex Duncan Tebow back in. Reed May back playing this year. He was more in the coaching role of this team last year. Couldn't resist coming back to play again. Figueroa, quick set, Peckham out of bounds. No touch. Pardon me. There was a touch. And it's 10-9 for the Madness.
Peckham to get the point off the deflection is 10-9 Madawaska. Madawaska substitution coming in number 9, Chris Tao.
Mayville serving once again. Taylor gets to it. The set. Valius right in front of his face. Almost just a flat attack. And it's 10-all. And it's Gavin Taylor back to serve. Put up an ace in the first set. Manville gets to this one. Set to the back row. Zeman. Wasser can't get to it. And it's 11-10 for the Madness. Another one of those textbook, cool as you like, pass, set, and finish. And Eric Matson floats this one in. Backtracking. They called a lift on that one, actually. Valius thought he had it. It wasn't the greatest of sets to him. He sort of had to just sort of force it into the Madawaska side. And there was a lift somewhere along the way. This time, Kirsten Duncan Tebow going to get his own pass back. Not able to finish. Figueroa, back row, Mayville. This thing went straight into the wall. I don't think that was a block. I think that went straight into the net as Mayville tried to attack down the pipe. That's Valius. His team trailing 12-11. Mayville, Figueroa, Zeman, back row again. Valius is there. Duncan Tebow on the attack, cross court. Free ball coming. Soul Machine, chance in transition. This time, Duncan Tebow makes no mistake. Now it's Duncan Tebow. Just brings those haymakers of attacks. And we have a whole new game once again. Let's see how long this one could go. Once a team gets to 14, good luck trying to finish it off on serve. Floats it in. Figueroa, quick set. Down it goes. Phil James on that one. Valius back out. Matt McGurr back in. And it's Figueroa back. Looking for ace number 3 on the night. Really brings it. One-handed set. There was a touch, so they'll get another crack at it, but a free ball. James the set. Tao couldn't finish, but there is a net violation. And now it is match point for the Madawaska Madness, triggering that side-out scoring. With the points, though, Soul Machine 79-76 overall, just an even game all around. Pardon me, tied at 79. Taylor gives the free ball. Is this the chance to finish? Figueroa to Tao. There it is. And that is the match. Madness take the third set, 15-12. It was Madawaska 15-13, Soul Machine 15-11, and the Madness 15-12, and they take it 4 points to 2. That pushes Madawaska to 31 points. Soul Machine second place with 22. And so the Madawaska Madness will be the top seed heading into playoffs next week. Stay tuned. We'll reset. And then coming up next, Beaches, the Beach Hops, taking on the Magnus Spartans.